Okay, with the price of eggs, you may be hesitant to use them in certain recipes. So here with creative substitutions for eggs and other common ingredients, we welcome back cooking instructor Katie Cook. Great to see you.
Hi, nice to see you too.
What a great topic.
Yeah.
A lot of us are dealing with this right now.
Absolutely. The price just keeps going up, and so there's a lot of compromise that happens, I think, when we go to the grocery store. But you can make substitutions with a ton of stuff you already have around your house, which is great.
There you go. Whether it's budgetary or dietary, things you can kind of maneuver and mix and match to make everything work for you.
Exactly. I usually find that it's because I was just too lazy to go to the grocery store.
There's that too. Sometimes you're in a pinch.
I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out.
That's a future Katie problem.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, where should we begin?
I think that I'm going to begin over on the far end over here. So what a lot of bakers like to do in their baked goods, because you end up having a really similar moisture content to eggs, is applesauce.
That's such a great, like a binding ingredient, right?
Yeah, and especially if you have kids, that's something you probably have around your house all the time already.
That is true.
Absolutely. It's the same thing for mashed banana. You can mash up banana and use that as a substitute for egg when you're baking. Yeah, because with apple you're talking pectin, and with bananas you're talking starch, but it still has binding power.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Do you want to go, I'm thinking apple, you probably want to go on the unsweetened side, because there can be so much sugar in a lot of that
Probably on
stuff.
the unsweetened side, for sure. I think that's why people go for banana a lot too.
Yeah.
But it's also an opportunity if you have flavored ones, like the one that I brought today is a strawberry flavored one. I keep it around my place for when I go on hikes and stuff, because you want that extra sugar.
Sure.
And so that's just another way to bring more flavor into your baked goods if that's your
What a great idea.
to do that.
Okay.
Another great option we have is something that's around people's houses is aquafaba.
Oh.
So that can be used to even mimic just egg white. People have used it in vegan baking for a lot of years for meringue. And if you're trying to thicken something that's a little bit more on the savory side, you can even puree the beans themselves and use that.
Now, are we talking about, because it's garbanzo beans, right?
So not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
Aquafaba is the liquid that like most beans are stored in.
Okay.
It's the what you get when you rehydrate dry beans is all of that additional starch. So you typically hear about it coming from garbanzo beans, but you can get it from any kind of white bean. Even black beans have their own kind of aquafaba.
Oh, interesting.
So, and if you're gonna go that route, you can use like black beans as an egg substitute in, say, like a chocolate cake, something that's gonna be darker in color and a little bit richer.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
So could you just literally buy a can of beans and you're using the extra liquid?
Yep.
Oh, that's easy. I can do that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, it's super fun. Like you hear about it from garbanzo beans because they are, I think it's something that people have around the house a lot.
Probably.
But also because they're pretty bland in flavor.
Sure.
And so you don't have to worry about that overshadowing other components of whatever you're trying to create.
That's a great point.
I also have nut butter. So almond butter, peanut butter, tahini. Those are all things that you can use as an egg substitute in baking.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
We can go any direction with this. I guess it just kind of depends on exactly what you're making.
Exactly.
In terms of how the flavors are going to marry.
The big thing here is that you're essentially trying to replace between 3 and 4 tablespoons per egg. So like a quarter cup is what your aim is.
Okay.
So if we're talking about, for instance, chia seeds. So over here, I mixed a tablespoon of ground chia seed.
Okay.
Because we're not trying to make like chia yogurt or whatever they do. And you can see that it's got that same like sticky, viscous deal going on that eggs have. And you can do the same thing also with flaxseed.
Okay.
And one of the reasons why we really like using flaxseed or chia seed is that you're going to be making it a little bit more healthy. Like you're adding fiber, you're adding omega-3 fatty acids, all kinds of stuff. Normal people would use a spice grinder, like your coffee grinder, to grind it up. But you can use a mortar and pestle too and just pound and smash.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's always an opportunity to take this bad boy out besides just
Whoa,
spices.
yeah. Well, now for the chia seeds, is there something added to them to get them all kind of sticky like that, or is that really what happens?
That's really what happens.
Okay.
That's just with water.
That's
like
so
I
cool.
just added water to
Okay.
that, and the ground flaxseed is going to do the same thing.
Oh, that's
You hear a
awesome.
lot about flax egg right now because it's probably, in terms of, besides applesauce and banana and aquafaba and stuff like that, that's something that's going to give you real binding power.
Okay.
Personally, I also do a lot of vegan baking.
Yeah.
And so that you can, like for custards and things like that, it's not going to give you the exact same texture.
Okay.
But I've been making vegan creme brulee down at Middle Ground Farms for people who come in who have dietary restrictions. And they're like, how did you do this?
That's
And
really
if
special.
if you add enough, it gets thick enough that you can still brulee and torch the top of it.
Okay. Well, then you're the expert. I mean, if you can do creme brulee the vegan way,
You know,
that's pretty impressive.
I do my best. I do my best. I want everyone to be able to experience the food that they love. Just because you're making choices for whether it's for your ecological conscience or maybe it has to do with animal rights, like I still want you to be able to have the things that you missed before
For
you
sure.
made those choices.
When it must become kind of a fun science experiment too, as you're kind of discovering which ingredient works best in which dish.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It just takes a little bit of time and practice, just like
Okay.
anything else in the kitchen, but that doesn't mean you should step away from it. I also wanted to note, just because a lot of people with their New Year's resolutions have protein powder around,
Yeah.
you can use protein powder as an egg substitute in a
How
lot
do
of
we
things
do
as
that?
well. Same way. You're just mixing, like I would say probably 2 tablespoons of this with a
Okay.
tablespoon or 2 of water.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Because that's what a lot of people are trying to figure out, getting those protein numbers in there along with lots of other things, and it can be super overwhelming.
Yeah, that's why I like the bean substitution and the nut butter substitution as well. Flaxseed and chia also have proteins.
We have options.
Yeah.
We can do this lots
We
of
can do
different
this.
ways. Okay. I feel empowered.
The dream. I'm living the dream right now.
Knowledge is power. Hey, thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you,
nice
Hannah.
to see you.
It's good to see you too.
We'll have more information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.